The COVID vaccines were created and made available very quickly. When things are done too fast, it's normal to wonder how the vaccines were developed so quickly. Almost exactly 1 year after the deadly COVID virus first appeared, several very safe and effective vaccines were developed, evaluated, and now protect us from hospitalization and death. How did that happen so fast? It happened fast because while some COVID vaccines use cutting-edge technologies such as mRNA, the research behind these technologies isn't new. These technologies were conceived, developed, carefully tested, and improved over the last 30 years. mRNA vaccines had already been studied in trials treating patients with different cancers and fighting infections such as Zika, influenza, HIV, and rabies many years before COVID appeared. Advances in vaccine technology also quickly enabled the identification of the spike protein, the part of the virus that our immune system recognizes to fight the infection. Then the COVID vaccine design, development, and testing began. Close partnerships among vaccine manufacturers, distributors, government, public health organizations, and clinical trial sites, called Operation Warp Speed, enabled several important events. Because they are expensive and require thousands of volunteers, vaccine clinical trials usually take years. The US government and industry shouldered the financial risk and provided enough money to run simultaneous trial phases. So there was no need to wait for each individual phase to complete before moving to the next. Investing in multiple and different types of vaccines at the same time increased the odds of having very safe vaccines available sooner. So many people quickly volunteered for vaccine trials that it helped complete enrollments faster than expected. For just the Pfizer-BioNTech trials alone, 43,661 people were tracked and carefully monitored. Agencies worked around the clock 24/7, continuously reviewing data to ensure timely authorization of very safe and effective COVID vaccines. And industry began commercial-scale manufacturing before Phase 3 clinical trial results. This created enough doses ready to go to all eligible Americans as soon as possible, but only if and when the vaccines were proven very safe and effective. If they weren't found to be very safe and effective, they would have been destroyed. As soon as the vaccines were found to be very safe and effective, they were approved for distribution. All this global collaboration, combined with decades of improvements in modern vaccine technologies, now enable us to have very safe and effective COVID vaccines. And it took only 30 years worth of work to quickly achieve success.